Hello guys, welcome back to Watch Addiction Watch Reviews. Today we're taking a look at the new AV8 model release from their Hawker Hurricane series. And this is actually a limited edition. As you can see, this is 409705. And as you can see, it's kind of dark, the packaging. So this is their actually Hawker Hurricane Clowes series called the Night Reaper. And a lot of their watches are kind of in a black colorway with dark dials, which is kind of cool. It's a limited edition. I believe it's like 112 pieces. Price point $390 US, although you can save 20% on any of these watches using the code or link below in the description. But yeah, this is the box. Inside this, you do get another box. AV8, pretty standard box, kind of that dark color. Inside, you get your hang tag. As you can see, Hawker Hurricane Night Reaper Limited Edition. And you get your warranty card as well, and an instruction booklet. And that's pretty much it. Pretty simple. Now, on my wrist today is actually a really nice watch. I just got in for a review from Melbourne Watch Company. It's their Melbourne series. It's an automatic watch with a nice Swiss caliber. Really classic, kind of vintagey looking, kind of that Jubilee style bracelet. Really nice watch. Very good quality, I must say. This one is a bit more expensive though. As you can see, that nice white dial. I'll get you some more information on this and a video coming up soon of this one. Now, here is the watch in picture. So it's kind of like one of the watches I reviewed in the past of AV8. Basically, it's the same exact case. They just made a new edition of it, basically. Everything is dark, blacked out case, kind of gray, darky dial, which is pretty cool. And the lume is actually like, it's applied there also, so it kind of glows differently, looks a bit darker, which is something pretty interesting. But yeah, some basic specifications. Solid 316L stainless steel case, 50 meters. We get a nice sapphire crystal as well, which is good to see at this price point. Nice large onion crown. In terms of actual diameter, 45.5 millimeters across, so definitely for a larger wrist. That 55 millimeter lug to lug. In terms of case thickness, we're looking at 12.7 millimeters. In between those lugs there, it is 22 millimeters. As you can see, you get a nice little distortion there on the crystal, and you can see there is anti-reflective coating in a nice blue color, as you can see shining right now on the dial on that crystal. I was glad to see they used the sapphire crystal. Sometimes they don't, sometimes they do, but on this model they did. Now, typical Flieger style watch, which are typically larger watches, you get the nice bullseye signed here. Everything is black, as you can see. Get a little closer, the finishing, pretty smooth. No sharp edges or anything like that. Flipping to the other side, let's take a closer look. Little PVD finish here. Doesn't look too bad. I'd say for the price point it's doable. But yeah, let's get a closer look at the dial. As you can see, there's kind of like clouds there. A lot of nice details on this model. We get an actual airplane on the counterbalance here of the sweeping seconds hand, which is actually done in a reddish color. Get a blacked out or grayed out date window, limited edition in red printed at the bottom. And you kind of have all those clouds on the dial, as you can see there, which is pretty cool. Very legible dial. You get your reference triangle up here, which is pretty normal on Flieger watches. Large pilot style hands. Just a pretty standard Flieger, layout here. Nothing too crazy about that, but they did that extra kind of, clouds in the background and a nice darked out or blacked out finish. Now, for being 45 millimeters, 55 lug to lug, it's not that heavy actually, the watch. I was quite surprised with that. It's not too light, but it's really not that heavy. I've seen 40 millimeter watches that are actually heavier than this. So that's good to see there. It's not super heavy for the size it is. Comes on this straight, or say tapers down a little bit to 20 over here. 22 starts over here and tapers down. It's a black genuine leather band. Stated genuine leather. No quick release on this one. As you can see, AV8 on the back there. Stainless steel case back, not blacked out. I guess that's to keep the black portion of your wrist. Not 100% sure. But as you can see, AV8 and Night Reaper, they kind of put that little sword, or whatever you call it, close here, and limited edition, water resistance 50 meters, screwed down. Pretty clean, looks pretty cool. Other than that, there's actually a lot of lume on this watch as well. And the lume actually looks pretty different. I'll get you a lume shot in a second. But the hands are lumed, the triangle, all the numerals going around the dial as well. If you didn't notice, there is a 12-hour dial going around here in the center portion of the dial. For a quick reference, you can see that reads 10:25. Very easy to read a Flieger like this at any angle. Now, what's powering this watch? Well, it is the NH35, quick set date, hacking, hand winding. Most of you guys are very familiar with this movement. It has been used in millions of watches. You can see it's already going. We get hand winding. But for the size of this crown, I must say the the winding is very good. You get a really nice smooth winding experience. It's just very easy to wind. One position, we get a quick set date. Final position is hacking there, and we can set the time. Pretty smooth operation. Push it back down, no issues there. Now I do have my torch here. I'm going to lume it up and show you guys the lume. Let's take a look at that now. So I went ahead and loomed it up for about 10 seconds, and as you can see, there is lume. Now I did notice the hands are much lighter in lume than the actual numerals over here. Going around the dial, you can still see them, but they're just a bit lighter, which is something I found quite odd, considering there's a lot of room on there to apply the lume. Other than that, though, the actual lume on the actual numerals and stuff is pretty good. You can still see the hands at night. Now on my 6.5-inch wrist, fully, straight fitted out of the box, no need to break it in. And I didn't mention you get a blacked out AV8 buckle as well. I would say it's on the larger side for my wrist. I have a small wrist. My wrist is 6.5 inches. But yeah, I'd say if you have like a 7-inch wrist and above, or you just like larger watches, I'd say it comes like 1 or 2 millimeters over my wrist there, which probably is a little too big for my wrist. But like I said, I do have a smaller wrist. My wrist is 6.5 inches. Then again, there are people that like bigger watches, smaller watches. We all have different tastes. But anyway, it's a nice look on the wrist. It's legible. It's easy to read. It's not too heavy. The band is pretty decent as well, straight out of the box, broken in already. And it feels comfortable on the wrist. It looks pretty sturdy. Has a nice stealthy look to it, which I appreciate, which was what they were going for on this one. I think they accomplished that. Just some nice details as well on this watch. I think it's a nice look. So, furthermore, guys, there you have it. This is the new Hawker Hurricane Clowes release from AV8. They released a whole bunch of darked out versions of their other models as well. This is not the only model in this series. So maybe if you don't like this one, you can check out one of their other watches. I think it's a pretty decent watch. It's like kind of the same watch I reviewed, just a completely different look, considering they changed the dial, the case finishing and such. But yeah, like I said on the other video, the other model I reviewed similar to this, I think it's a pretty decent watch. If you have the wrist for it, I'd definitely check it out. Very legible, good to wear on many different occasions. Sporty as well. Just definitely don't take this one in the water. It's 50 meters. It's a pilot watch or a Flieger. Kind of meant for everyday, civilian work, I would say. Other than that, no quality control issues here. Like I said, the lume on the hands is a bit light for me. I think they could just add a bit more lume there. That's probably my only, nitpicking there. But other than that, it's pretty decent. The lume on this portion is very good. Anyway, guys, let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. If you own any AV8 watches, do you like the brand? And definitely like the video. Share it with your friends. And I will see you on the next one. Thank you so much for tuning in once again to Watch Addiction Watch Reviews. Bye.